Management of Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, represented by Director of Corporate Services Alhaji Abdumalik Halilu, has solicited support of Senate Committee in advancement of local content and infrastructural provisions through pro-legislative policy making. Alhaji Halilu made the appeal during a visit of Senate Committee on Local Content to Nigerian Content Tower, NCDMB headquarters in Yenagoa for an oversight tour. Our correspondent Edith Baraswa was there and our reports.
As the delegated Senate Committee on Local Content, chaired by Senator Joel Onowakbo Thomas, and his Vice Senator Ede Dafinone, visited the NCDMB headquarters in Yenagoa for an oversight tour of the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industrial Park. The board solicited and recommended for pro-development legislation that will ensure attractive business environment for the private sector to invest in power.
We would recommend that pro-development legislations that will ensure that there is attractive business environment for people, private sector to invest in road infrastructure, for private sector to invest in power is also given the necessary attention. We also seek your support to strengthen local content laws so that there is no misalignment from one legislation to the other in terms of focusing Nigeria first. Mr. President has done well by coming up with a policy on Nigeria first, but it needs legislative backing across all the sectors of the industry to ensure that every legislation coming out of the National Assembly is thinking Nigeria first. And then
in the course of their tour, Chairman of the Senate on Local Content, Senator Joel Onowakbo Thomas, reiterated the mandate of the Senate, which is to ensure that Nigerians benefit maximally from the country's natural reserves in oil and gas.
Let me reaffirm the commitment of the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, in growing local capacity. Growing local capacity is the sure way to create employment for our teaming graduates and artisans. As industrial operators, we cannot blame the federal government for the unemployment when we are the one aiding and abetting those who are determined to bypass the law. We all have a shared responsibility. We have to actively seek to support this government initiative to create mass employment for our people. Never again.
The Executive Secretary of the Board, Engineer Felix Omoshola Ogbe, and some staff of the board gave the distinguished senators a tour to the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industrial Park, a project still undergoing construction.
We've already nominated some candidates have selected the come to start the shop floor. What was the problem with the power? So we tried to work on the power.
Yeah, it's what I'm trying to ask. How long have you been on this project?
Okay, I think for about 2 years.
2 years. When do you hope to complete it?
That's what I'm saying, that most of them, we have completed one bit. We are looking before the end of the year to right.
For the cycle of what typical tenants that you'd expect to take in this place?
Okay, our tenants are being specified is tenants that are into manufacturing, not assembly. Manufacturing or any item of planches, butternut, coverall, bags, whatever that you use in the oil and gas industry. Those are the expected tenants.
The Senate Committee promised to not only provide oversight